What is up, everyone? I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees. In today's video, we're talking about the Yankees' 12-6 win over the Minnesota Twins. A phenomenal win for this team. A must-win game in the sense of you want to get something going, right? You just need to get in a rhythm. You just need to get on a roll. Not that the Yankees have put up a bad record this year. They're 3 games above 500. They are on a 90 to 91 win pace. I think it's like 90.72, which, you know, that rounds up to 91, but you can't win 0.7 games. So I'll just say 90 for the sake of this argument, or I guess for the sake of context here. But with that being said, this is a big win. The Yankees offense has been really bad this year. It's been bad. It's still bad after today's game. Like, it still ranks pretty poorly, considering the expectations is for this team to go out and put up a decent amount of runs. But they needed a game like this. They absolutely needed a game like this. And they got it. But before we get into all of that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you guys know when we post. We've got you guys with a bunch of Yankee content coming out daily. So again, make sure that you're subscribed and you guys know when our next posts are coming out. We've got you guys with plenty of Yankee content, and we're really excited for you guys to join our community. With that being said, though, let's get started with the offense, because the batting for the Yankees was incredible today. And let's get started with Anthony Volpe, the kid, the rookie, the guy that everyone's been talking about all offseason, all of spring training, showing up and showing out today. 2 hits and 3 at-bats. That's 2 for 3. One of those hits were a double, 2 walks, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored. He looked excellent today. His WRC plus is over 100 now. It's at 109. His OBP is 358 on the season. He looks really, really good right now. He looks locked in. This doesn't include today's game, obviously, but in his last few games, his last 47 plate appearances, now we're looking at a 404 on base percentage. We're looking at a 141 WRC plus. We're still waiting for the in-game power to come together, but the exit velocity, 92.9 miles an hour now. That's really encouraging, right? Still isn't finding barrels. Again, that's a bat path issue, and I think that'll fix itself as the season goes on, but we've been getting a lot of really good results from Volpe so far. I think today the double was almost 96 miles an hour. I know the single was a little bit slower, 88.6 miles an hour, but still getting line drives, well-struck batted balls. It's all finally starting to come together a little bit for Volpe, who's had a really rough start to the year, but is finally getting his numbers right where they need to be. Do I think he can be better than this? Absolutely. Would I be happy with a 109 WRC plus and 358 OBP? Also, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But with that being said, let's look at Aaron Judge as well, who's right behind him. The birthday boy turned 31 today. Had a bit of an injury scare, but for so far looks so good. He stayed in the game, and he had a 107 mile per hour barrel right after. So you feel like he's not hurt, right? If his wrist was really hurting, I don't think he'd be able to hit a ball that hard. He did get taped up. We'll wait and see for more updates, but that was definitely scary. But today he had a great game. I mean, he went out there and he was just incredible. 3 for 4 with a walk, 3 runs driven in, 2 doubles, bunch of big hits. Really, really was a catalyst for the offense today. Looked incredible. Obviously Judge hasn't been Aaron Judge-esque, if you get what I'm saying. He hasn't been, the Aaron Judge we've been accustomed to seeing in his career to start the year. His WRC plus entering today's game was 126. That is not Aaron Judge. But if you look at his numbers now today, it's up to 142. He had a really good game today. Striking out still more than you want, right? But, you hope that corrects itself as the season goes on, and you hope that corrects itself as he gets more comfortable in the plate. In his last few games, right? His last 25 plate appearances, he had been hitting 167, striking out 28% of the time, just a 4% walk rate. He didn't look like Aaron Judge for a little bit there. So seeing him take some good swings, seeing him have a big game like this, that's important. That's huge for Aaron Judge. And hopefully the wrist, he wakes up tomorrow and he doesn't feel it very much. If anything, just give him the off day tomorrow. Don't need to play him. So there's that. Anthony Rizzo continues to have a really good season. 2 for 5 with a hit, 2 for 5 with a double, and 2 RBIs. He looks great. He's hitting 292. He's got an OPS nearing 900. He's awesome. I know DJ LeMahieu put up an 0 for 4 today, but he did have an RBI, and he had 2 really well-struck baseballs. You could argue both of them should have been hits. One of them could have gone out for a home run. The other could have been a double in the gap. But, hey, sometimes it happens. He's still putting up really good numbers in the season, so it just happens. Gleyber Torres, man, talk about someone who's just really turned their career around, kind of. He's finally putting it together. There was that aspect of, can he really sustain this all year? I don't know. We can't tell that yet. But Has he put up really good numbers offensively? Yes. Has he looked really good at the plate? Yes. And are his numbers up across the board? Yes, right? His barrel rate is almost 10% on the season coming into today's game. I believe that home run was a barrel. I could double check, but that should bring it up to his career high last year at 10.7%. He's walking more than he strikes out. He doesn't really strike out much. He's going out and he's hitting for a high average. He's getting on base a lot. He just looks great this year. And it's great to see him looking great, hitting well, and being a force in this lineup. I genuinely think this is someone that could be a long-term piece for the Yankees if he can continue to play at the level he's playing at. Willie Calhoun, he finally had a pretty strong game. He had a multi-hit game, 2 hits, 2 for 5, 1 run scored, 1 RBI. I think you heard me on the podcast today, guys, because I was going off about why he's here, why is he in the lineup, why is he playing as much as he does. Does that mean he should keep playing a lot? I'm not sure. But, hey, he looked good today, and I got to give props to him. He took some really good swings, and he had a lot of really important at-bats. He scored the first RBI for the Yankees and really got the ball rolling. So, shout out Willie Calhoun. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa went 1 for 5 today with a run scored. Kyle Gashoka put up the same line. Actually, both of them had 2 strikeouts as well. So, the exact same game offensively for both of them. And then Oswaldo Cabrera went 1 for 3, 2 runs scored with a walk. A good day for Cabrera. He hasn't had the best play discipline in the world, so you'd like to see him walking a little bit more. You hope that's a trend that can carry. Last year his walk rate was around 8%. This year it's under 3%. So you hope that carries into, the rest of the season. Again, the offense just went off today, and that's what happened. And quite frankly, you're going to take that every time. But let's look at the pitching side of the ball. And Domingo Germán had a bad day today. He gave up 3 home runs. Those were the source of all 6 of those runs, or 5 of the 6 runs. The 6th run scored on a leadoff triple in the 7th inning, and a ground ball out from Ian Hamilton allowed that runner from third to score. Look, here's the thing. He can't give up home runs at this rate. That just can't keep happening. He's given up 7 home runs so far to start the year. That's in 5 starts. That won't work. 2.42 home run per 9 is just not cutting it. Is he striking guys out? Yeah. He's got 33 strikeouts in 26 innings pitched. He's striking out over a batter an inning. That's great. If we look at strikeout percentage, that's 30.8%. That looks great, but that doesn't work if you're getting hammered, right? His fastballs are not getting the results you're looking for. His fastballs are very hittable. They're his weak spot, and batters are going to hunt fastball against Germán, and they're going to take advantage of a really poor pitch, and he's going to be forced into counts where he's throwing the curveball a lot, and when guys see the curveball a lot, they're going to start, getting adjusted to it and putting up good numbers against it, so he's got to figure out his fastball situation now, unless he wants to find himself in the bullpen or, I don't know where, because right now, 5.54 ERA is not cutting it for this team. I know they don't have much starting pitching depth right now, but when guys start coming back, guys are going to get moved. I think Brito's the first guy that gets sent down. But after that, Schmidt and Germán are going to be in a dogfight for that final starting spot whenever Rodon returns. Now, Brian Hoke said that late May, early June is the return date for Rodon that they're targeting. We'll see how that goes. But, they got about a month of baseball left to figure out their stuff as a starter. And we'll see if that can, amount to anything. But if you look at the bullpen, Ian Hamilton, 2 innings. He's been great all year. 1.84 ERA, no runs allowed, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, bunch of soft contact. He looks excellent. And then Clay Holmes finished the game off. 1 inning, 1 strikeout. I really like this move by Boone. Didn't allow a hit, didn't allow a walk. Obviously, that's great. But, you're up 6 runs. You want to keep your bullpen fresh. You don't want to completely burn out Ian Hamilton and ask him to throw a 3rd inning if not needed. That's 29 pitches. There's a chance he could be available tomorrow if absolutely necessary. I don't think the Yankees are going to use him. But if he went a 3rd inning per se, let's say, maybe he wouldn't be available for 2 days instead of just 1 day. Going to Clay Holmes here is 2 things. One, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, saving Ian Hamilton. But number 2, the big thing here is that Clay Holmes needs work, right? Clay Holmes has had his ups and downs so far this year. And he had a really clean inning. He just was hammering the sinker, and it worked, right? You hope you can translate that into better outings going forward, and you can work him back into high leverage, because this is a big piece for the Yankees. He hadn't pitched a lot recently, so I thought that was a really good move by Boone. Obviously, you're not going to start handing out awards for good bullpen management, but if people are going to criticize him for bad bullpen management, I'll give him his props when he makes good bullpen decisions, which he usually does. And I felt that was a really good move there. But with that being said, overall, a really good win for the Yankees. Not great for Germán, right? Germán wasn't great, but everyone else did well. So that's a win, right? The Yankees won. They needed a win. They scored 12 runs. Not much you can complain about today. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking out today's post-game recap. We'll have you guys tomorrow with another post-game recaps. And, of course, we'll talk about tomorrow's game and the upcoming series coming up. So, with that being said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you guys know what's going on with the Yankees. We keep you guys up to date with everything with the New York Yankees. And of course, you can check out my personal Twitter account at Ryan Garcia ESM to argue with me all you want. I love arguing. It's my favorite thing to do. And of course, like, comment, subscribe, get in the conversation. Let us know what you guys think. You can tweet at us at Fireside Yankees. You can go to our Instagram, our TikTok, our Facebook page. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating. We are everywhere, so don't be shy. Make sure you guys support us, and make sure you guys drop a follow if you can. And I really appreciate you guys again so much. I'm Ryan Garcia, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.